Dear students, today we are starting chapter number 2, real number, from mathematics part 1, standard 9. You already know types of number. You already studied in your previous standard or in our first chapter also. Natural number which are denoted by n, capital N, which include all positive numbers which start from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Similarly, whole numbers are denoted by W, which starts from 0 towards positive direction, means all positive numbers. Here integers denoted by capital I, which include all negative numbers, 0 and all positive numbers. Similarly, rational number is denoted by capital Q. So here I represent it in rule method. Suppose here x is an element such that x is equal to p upon q, means suppose a number is given in numerator and denominator form, and if we solve it and if we get terminating, otherwise non-terminating recurring number, then this number is called rational number. Here irrational number is denoted by q dash. Here it is again defined in same pattern. Suppose x is an element such that x is equal to suppose p upon q, and if we get this value of x is equal to, if it is non-terminating and non-recurring number, then the given number is irrational number. So before starting this chapter, let me remind you terminating, non-terminating, recurring, non-recurring numbers by using some examples. So see here, some examples are solved. 5 upon 2. If you solve it, we will get 2.5. 2 decimal point 5. So our decimal or division method, division operation will stop because we will get remainder is equal to 0. Again, if you solve for 10 by 3, we will get this number 3.333 and so on. This is non-terminating, but it is recurring number. We can represent it by using this dot on 3. Here we use only one dot because only one number is get repeated after decimal point. Similarly, 23 upon 99, we will get answer 0.2323. So here the group of 2, 3 number is repeating. So therefore we can use here this bar on 2, 3. Root of 25. Now you know that 25 is a square of 5. Okay, so if we do exactly opposite operation, means if you take square root of 25, then we will get 5. So here we are getting its value. Therefore this 25 is a rational number. Root 3 of 8 is also rational number because 8 is a cube of 2. Now look at irrational numbers. Here I solve for one number 19 upon 23. Here we get this value. So observe these numbers after decimal point. Here you cannot see any number, otherwise group of number are getting repeated, and its division will go also increase. Therefore such a number is called irrational number because its decimal form is non-terminating as well as non-recurring also. See the next, root of 5. Root of 5, here 5 is not a square of any number. Okay, so therefore if you take its square root, we will get same answer in this pattern. We will solve it in our next video. So such numbers are called, some are terminating, some are non-terminating but it is in recurring form, and some are non-terminating but non-recurring also. So these are the examples of rational and irrational numbers. So if we take all these number in one set, these natural, whole number, integers, rational, irrational number, then all these numbers are called real number, which is denoted by capital R. Now in this video we will play with only this rational number. So let's solve some examples. Here is the first question. Convert the following rational number into its decimal form. So first question is given 27 upon 40. So at denominator you can see 40. So you can convert this 40 into 4 into 10. Okay. So you can easily solve it or divide by 4. So let us solve it. So here I write next steps. So 27 divided by 4. So 27 is here dividend and 4 is here divisor. So here you know from table of 4 you can subtract 24 from this 27. So after subtracting here is the quotient is 6. 4 6 are 24. So after subtraction we will get here remainder is 3. So now write down here decimal point at two places and take 0 next to dividend and take this 0 to remainder. So again from this 30, 28 can be subtract. So 4 7s are 28. So similarly here subtraction is 2. Next again take 0 and take it to next to remainder. So it will become 20. So 4 5s are 20. So here our remainder is now 0. So this is the complete division. So here I write these are the steps, and we solve this for 27 upon 4, which is equal to 6.75. But our question was 27 divided by 40. So to get this question we have to multiply here, multiply 4 by 10. Otherwise you can say divide it by 10. So when you divide by 10 on both sides, this decimal point will shift to left hand side by 1 place, because here 1 0. Due to this 1 0, this decimal point will shift towards left hand side. So our answer become this one. So now you can see this number or this decimal form is a terminating number. Let us solve one more example. In this example, the question is 17 upon 37. Now you know tables up to 30 only. So you have to create the table of 37. So there are three methods you can create. The first method is addition. So 37, here I am directly writing 37 ones are 37. Then add the same number, we will get 74. So 37 2s are 74. Again add 37 in this addition. So similarly you can create this table. Otherwise by using multiplication method, 37 into 1 is equal to, similarly 37 2s are 37 3s are. Like this also you can solve these numbers. Here I am showing you one more method in which we will use table of 3 and 7. Okay, so here I write this table of 3 and 7. Now in 7 table, because this 7 is at unit place, so convert this 7 into 2 decimal. So here I am creating it in 0 7 form. now write this 7 here and take this 0 to unit place of table of 3. So 0 plus 3 is equal to 3. Similarly, write down this 4 here and take this 1 as a carry to 6. So 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. Similarly, do for third step. Write down 1 at unit place. Now take this 2 to 9 as a carry. So 9 plus 2 is equal to 11. So similarly, in this pattern, we can create this table. So now use this table of 37, this table for our division process. So you can easily subtract the numbers. Now observe this dividend. 17 is not in our table of 37. So we are using here 0 for division. So here I am dividing by 0. So we will get here 17. Now take decimal points. Take 1 0 and take it over this remainder. So it will become 170. So from 170, which number can be get subtract from this 37 table? So the answer is 148. So 148 means 37 4s are 148. So subtract it. We will get remainder 22. Now again take one more 0 and convert it into 220. So again from this table 185 can be subtract. So 37 5s are 185. Okay. So our remainder is 35. So again take one more 0 and convert it into 350. So again from this table 333 can be subtract. So 37 9s are 333. So after subtraction we will again get remainder is equal to 17. So look here, our dividend is 17 and we get remainder also 17, and the first number of our quotient was 0 because this dividend is less than this divisor. So when you get such a situation, stop your process of division because we will get same format of division in between these two numbers. So here I show it. This is our first division. Next we divide it by 4. So 48 gets subtract. Next our next remainder was 35. So we convert into 350 and from this 350 333 can be subtract. So we use this 37 9s are. So here we get 17. So here we are stopping our division process and we can write this number as a bar. So here I represent it. 17 upon 37 is equal to 0.459 dot dot dot, because this the group of this 459 will get repeat. So we can convert it into 0.459 bar. So this is the answer, or this decimal form is non-terminating, but it is recurring also. So here I write this number is non-terminating recurring number. So in this manner we can convert this given rational number in this decimal form just by using this division method. Now let us see one more type of question depend on this rational number. In question number 2, which of the following rational numbers can be represented in terminating and non-terminating form? And here some rational numbers are given. We have to first find out its decimal form by using same division method. So first let it find out. So here I am first converting this our first rational number 12 upon 5 by using this division method. Here 10 can be subtract from 12. So 5 2s are 10. Our remainder is 2. Now take decimal point. Take this 0 to 20. So 5 4s are 20. So you can easily find out it. Here our remainder is 0 by using this division method. So here I use this division method and solve this rational number or convert this rational number into its decimal form. Now observe all these decimal form. Here 2.4, 3.5, 0.675. When 13 divided by 20, if we solve this, we will get this answer. Then 6 upon 15 is equal to 0.4, and these are the next values. Now observe these decimal values. Some values are terminating and some are non-terminating. Okay, so we can convert this non-terminating into its recurring form. Here you can see 169047. This group is getting repeated, so you can create a bar over here. Similarly, in next to next number, here 3 is getting repeated, so here we can take one dot on 3. So by using this number, decimal number, we can define it, or you can classify into terminating and non-terminating. Our this first number is terminating due to 2.5. Next number is also terminating. Third number is also terminating. The fourth number is non-terminating, because here we are getting the process of division is not stopping there, so therefore it is non-terminating. Here also this is terminating. Next number is non-terminating number, so here I write this answer in this pattern. So I think from these examples now it is clear to you that terminating means those numbers in which this answer is stopped, and here if the answer of division will get increased, then such numbers are called non-terminating. To conclude this terminating and non-terminating, we required this decimal form, and it takes quietly more time. So to avoid all this, here I am showing you one more trick in which we are just observing these denominators. So in this next column we are writing the factors, prime factors of denominator. So here prime factors of denominator is only 5. Next here denominator is 2. So again 2 is the only one prime factor. Here 40. So this 40 we can write in the form of 2 into 2 into 2 into 5. So you know this is equal to 2 cube into 5. See here 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, and 8 5s are 40. Okay, so we can convert this 2 into 2 cube. Similarly, write prime factor of 21. So it is 3 7. 3 7s are 21. Here 15, but before factorizing, here we can simplify it. So we will get 3 2s are 6 and 3 5s are. Okay, so here I am just skipping this term because here the denominator is now 5 because we can simplify here. So write down the next one, 30. Write down first smallest prime number, which is 2, then 3 and 5. Okay, you can simplify for 20 also. So 2 into 2, 4, and 4 into 5 is equal to 20. Similarly, use here 2 into 5 into 5. So here 2 5s are 10, 10 5s are 50. So here I write all these prime factors. Now observe all these prime factor and try to find out correlation between terminating, non-terminating and prime factor. So here in first terminating number the prime factor is 5, in second terminating 2, in third terminating it is in the form of 2 and 5. Okay, but in non-terminating it is 7 and 3. Again see here in this non-terminating it is in the form of 2 and 5, but here 3 is also with it. In the next terminating number you can see 5, 2 and 5. Here you can write this 2 as a 2 square. In the last terminating number 2 and 5. So from this we can conclude that the given rational number is terminating if its denominator, the factors of denominator are suppose 5, 2, otherwise in the form of multiplication of 2 and 5 raised to suppose some numbers. Here I am using m and n. This m and n belongs to natural number. Natural number, you know that the value of n may be 1, 2, 3 and so on. So here I write one conclusion. If the factor of here q is a rational number if it is given in q upon p upon q format, and if the factor of this denominator, that means q, is in the form of 2 raised to m and 5 raised to n. So here I just explain you if this m and n both are belongs from natural number. Here you can see, here also you can see. So if this happen, then only this p upon q means the given rational number is a terminating number. Otherwise, if the factor of q is in the form of 2 raised to m into 5 raised to n, but it contain some another constant, here you can see 2 into 5, but it contain 3 also. So 3 is rather than 2 and 5. So if this happen, or otherwise the prime factor is other than 2 and 5 in this equation. Here you can see it is other than 2 and 5. So in such case the given number is non-terminating. So this is this situation, and this is this situation. So if this happen, then only the given number, rational number, is non-terminating, and if the factors of these denominators are in the form of these, otherwise if it is 2 or if it is 5, then also the given rational number is terminating number. So by using this method, these small notes, you can easily convert this given rational number into terminating, otherwise non-terminating, without doing this or without converting it into decimal form. So let us solve one more type. In this question, the number is given in decimal form and we have to convert this decimal form into P upon Q form. So here I am using this given question as a x. So here I am writing, suppose x is equal to our given question, which is 1.8 dot. Okay, so this is our suppose equation number 1. So we can write this 1.8 dot as 1.888 and so on in non-terminating number. Now observe, in our given question, how many places are there after decimal point. So after decimal point you can see only one place. Okay, so if there is only one place, use 10. If there are suppose two places, if the number is like this, then use 2 zeros. If the number is suppose like this, so here are 3 places, then use 3 zeros. Okay, if the number is suppose this one, so after decimal places you can see 6 digits, so use 6 zeros. Okay, on take these zeros on 1 and use this number for multiplication. So here I am using 1 0 because here only one digit is there after decimal point. So here I am using 1 0 means here I am multiplying both sides by 10. So when you multiply both sides by 10, we will get this answer. Here this one decimal place will shift to right hand side by one place. So our answer become 18.888 and so on. So we can convert this 18 into recurring form like this, 18.8 dot. So this is our equation number 2. So the next step is subtract this equation number 1 because it is a smaller number. So subtract this equation number 1 from equation number 2. So subtract first left hand side and then subtract this right hand side. So this is our right hand side of equation number 2 minus right hand side of equation number 1. So this is the step. Now do here subtraction. Here 10 minus 1 is equal to 9 into x. Now look at here. If you subtract these two numbers, here this 8 dot and 8 dot both will get cancelled and we will get here 0. Write down this next decimal point. Here the compulsion is write down this decimal below, exactly below this decimal. Okay, and then write these remaining numbers towards left and towards right. So after see our subtraction, now 8 minus 1 is equal to 7 and this one. So we will get this subtraction is equal to 17. So here 9x is equal to, we get 70. Now take this 9 to another hand side. So here it will get divide. So from this calculation we get value of x is equal to 17 upon 9. But we already considered the value of x in equation number 1, which is equal to, x is equal to our given question 1.8 dot. So here I am using this and here you can see the value of x is equal to these two values. So from this we can directly say our given question, the value of our given question is nothing but 17 upon 9. Let us solve one more question. In this question 0.327 bar. Here again observe its places and count how many decimal places are given after decimal point. So you can see there are 3 decimal places. So now let us start our answer. Let us consider x is equal to our given question, and this is our equation number 1. Now we can convert this number as 0.327, 327, 327 and dot dot dot. Okay, so here I write this. So just you find out how many places are there. 3 places. So use here 3 zeros on 1. So the number will become 1000. So multiply by 1000 on both sides. We will get on left hand side we will get 1000x, and on right hand side this decimal point will shift to 3 places towards right. So therefore our equation is this one. So now we can convert this into this bar format, and this is our equation number 2. Now you know that the next step is subtraction. Subtract equation number 1 from 2. So we will get this step. Now do this subtraction. 1000 minus 1 is equal to 999x. Okay, is equal to. Again here in this subtraction, these terms after decimal point all will get vanish. Okay, all will get cancelled, and do the subtraction of these two numbers only. So 327 minus 0 is equal to 327 only. Now take this 999 on another hand side. So when you take it on another hand side, it will get divide. So this is the value of x. Here we get value of x, and our consideration was our question. So from these both steps we can say that our value of given question is equal to 327 divided by 999. Now let us go again to all these steps. Our first step was consider the given question is equal to any variable. Here I use x. You can use here y also. So consider this given question as equation number 1. And the next step is convert this given question into non-terminating number. Okay. Now next step is multiply by one number which depend on these decimal numbers after decimal points. So if here only one number, if only one number after decimal point, then use 10. If there are two numbers after decimal point, then use 100. If there are three numbers, then use 1000. Okay, so use these numbers and multiply on both sides. So after multiplication, you know how to shift this decimal point towards right hand side. So after doing that, we will get equation number 2. Next step, subtract equation number 1 from 2. We will get value of x. So this value of x is nothing but our question. So that's it in this video. See you in the next video with irrational numbers.